What's up, everybody? Except there's really nobody right now. Yep. Clicked on this one. Know exactly what this video is gonna be. What this live stream is gonna be. I am going to show you my entire Blu-ray 4K collection, not including the DVDs, not including any of that, because my DVDs are in that big case over there, and I am not going to get into it. Plus, they're just not as good looking as Blu-rays are. Um, just talking to the people who watch in the archive, we have 0 viewers right now, but I'm sure we will get some more viewers here soon after I open this freaking package. I probably have 200 Blu-rays, so this is going to be kind of a long video. My friend has 3 of my movies right now at his house. I asked him to return them today, but he was busy, so I didn't get those movies returned. Those movies were American Psycho, the Friday the 13th remake, and what was the other one? Oh, Scream 6. So I'll just talk about those movies when we get to the place where they'd be on my shelf, but I can't show you them because I don't have them. So, anyways, we got 200 movies. There's one viewer. Say what's up in the chat. I'm very cooperative to the chat. Normally, I will answer questions during it, but today I'm going to try to do like the A's, the B's, the C's, and then I'm going to start answering questions. But we're about 2 minutes into the stream. We got a bunch of movies to talk about, show off my complete collection. So, without further ado, let's actually... Hi, Zach. I think that's Gabe. You're Gabe, right? Let me pull up the my numbers. I got 4 movies that start with numbers. And that's what we're going to start with here. We got 2 viewers. Say what's up if you're turning it up in this mug on Monday night. I got a new job today at Subway, and it kind of it's a little rough. I'm not the biggest fan of it so far, but I will get there to the point to where I like it. DeGoat says why. What's up, DeGoats? You're like my number one man. You know, you're always in the stream. What's up? Anyways, so yeah, I'm kind of tired. I also got to film a Long Legs review right over there. Actually, let me show this. That's just. Can you see that? Yeah, my chair's always covered with clothes before I film. So I got to do this, then I got to film a Long Legs review, and then I'm going to watch a movie, and it's late. I had to wake up early for work, and I'm tired. So, yeah, I got an eventful rest of the night. Let's get started with the numbers. Every movie that starts with a number. Starting it off. First movie in my collection, 300. Dang. Excuse me, my God. Okay, so I was going to watch this movie for a Zack Snyder ranking, but I just quit on the Zack Snyder ranking. There are several movies of his that I want to watch. I'm glad I got to watch Dawn of the Dead. We'll talk about Dawn of the Dead when we get to the D's. If I can see the D's. Yeah, I found the D's. Is it in here? Oh, yeah, it's in there. For some reason, I didn't know if I put it in there. Anywho, I was going to talk about all Zack Snyder's movies, but I just didn't, because every time I do, I get people in the comment section who are either a James Gunn supporter or a Zack Snyder supporter. It's literally like an election between those two, and I've described numerous times on my channel that I absolutely hate talking about any one of those movies because of the fandom that will crawl into my YouTube channel. I don't really want to see this movie. I'm gonna yawn. I'm tired. I don't really want to see 300 because it's just not really my type of movie. So I didn't watch it before I quit. Probably watched about 6 of his movies before I quit it, and then I'm like, I want to move on to something else. I'm not really interested. I do want to see Watchmen though. I will have to watch Watchmen, but 300 haven't seen. 310 to Yuma. I'm not really a Western person, but I watched this movie because I want to watch all of James Mangold's. I'm sorry, I keep going to yawn. This was a YouTube video. I could just edit all this out, man. Anyways, I wanted to watch all James Mangold's movies. I watched this when I was in Branson. We were stayed at a place with a home theater, so technically I saw it in the theaters. and I thought it was very good. It has a great performances by Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. The characters are compelling. There's compelling action sequences. The movie's just compelling and entertaining, and something that I normally don't get from Western movies. So 310 to Yuma is my favorite Western movie. Haven't seen much, but out of all of them, it is my favorite, and it's a highly recommend. I really like that movie. Then we got Three from Hell. It's a Rob Zombie movie. The Rob Zombie trilogy is in my watch list. I'm gonna open this while I'm talking. Oh yeah, the Rob Zombie trilogy in my watch list. Rob Zombie's the director of the three movies I've seen of his, the two Halloween movies, and the Monsters. They're very odd. I'm not sure if I like those movies, but then again, I'm a big horror fan. So, Three from Hell and this entire trilogy, I own the whole thing. You'll see them there. I haven't checked it out yet, but it's those movies are on my watch list. I cannot open this thing. I swear to you, this thing is really frustrating me. The fact that I can't open it. I should probably quit trying to open it at this point. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna keep opening it. And Lag Karai, what's your job at Subway? Take a guess. Take a guess. Any guess? What do people normally do at Subway? I opened it, by the way. What do people normally do at Subway? That's your answer. The last movie in the numbers, real quick. Hold on. Gotta check something. Alright, the last movie in the numbers. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I love this movie. I actually love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It has a fantastic performance by John Goodman. I swear I'll stop yawning eventually. John Goodman, one of my favorite actors, and this is a movie that made it that. He has a terrifying performance. I was genuinely scared watching this movie. It's a movie that made me fall in love with thrillers as of horror movies. It's not really a horror movie, but it genuinely scared me. I was a little disappointed with it the first time I watched it because we didn't see Clover the monster, but it doesn't matter because just a compelling thriller that kept me captivated from beginning to end. One of my favorite movies, and I have to own the movie. So, yeah, that is every movie that starts with a number on my list. Let's get a big section of the A's here. I don't want you to fall. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Please. Ah, I'm almost falling. Okay, we're good. All right. Oh, shoot. And that's the first A movie I have. And they all fell. Cool. Gotta fix that. The first movie that starts with an A. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It had basically Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers. I forgot his name for a minute. So Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers. I adore this movie. I think it's very sad. I watched this movie the same day I watched Knives Out, which is really telling you something, because Knives Out is a fantastic movie, and I like this one better. I like this movie better than that because I think it is just an emotional movie. It's heartfelt. It's uplifting. It's basically about a guy running a story in a newspaper about Mr. Rogers, and it's basically about him not believing in kindness or whatever. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember the plot, and I do remember I was very moved by it, and I adored this movie, and I had to buy it on Blu-ray right when it came out. So, the yawning will stop. I promise you. I promise you. Then we move on. This is the most recent edition in here. I just bought this the other day. Actually, I was on a mission trip and my mom bought this one for me. It's Abigail, one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I actually rewatched this last night, so not only is it the most recent addition to this collection, but it's the most recent movie I've seen, and I still loved it. I mean, the cast is very great. Melissa Barrera, Kevin Durand, Angus Cloud. I liked him much better this time than I did the first time I watched it. Who else is in this movie? Catherine Newton, fantastic. Not Abigail, but isn't it Ashley Wire? Yeah, Alicia Wire as Abigail. Great cast. It's very funny. It's very gory. It's a horror movie. I love horror movies. It's everything that I want. The only issue with this movie, I'd say, is like the last 20 minutes when um, Dan Stevens, also phenomenal in this film, my favorite character. Dan Stevens turns into a vampire and just gets kind of wacky and weird and kind of just takes itself out. It takes me out of the movie just a little bit when we get to that part, but still thought it was a very great movie and it's a must pick up. Ace Ventura Double Collection. We got Ace Ventura Pet Detective and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. I've never seen When Nature Calls, but I recently did a hot takes video, and Ace Ventura Pet Detective is my favorite comedy movie of all time. That's my biggest comedy movie hot take. I love that movie. I think it's hilarious. Jim Carrey is phenomenal in the role. Has so many iconic lines and scenes that I just replay in my head. I watch it every time I go over to my best friend's house. I love this movie. It's very good. And I get it. It's not for everyone. It's literally kind of transphobic. Dang. It's kind of transphobic in a way. Where the main bad guy is a trans person. And Ace Ventura makes out with him and then like just start throwing a ball everywhere. It's a funny scene. But if you're a little girl and you don't like immature humor, you're going to hate this movie. I love immature humor. I thought the movie was hilarious, so I absolutely love that movie. Never seen When Nature Calls, though. Then we got A Clockwork Orange. Never seen this movie. Stanley Kubrick is a... This is Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, Stanley Kubrick's a director that I do need to watch eventually, being a film buff and all, but I just never watched this movie. My mom told me to pick it up because it's good, so I picked it up. Never had a chance to watch it. That's going to be a recurring theme. A recurring theme. This movies my mom told me to pick up, but I never got around to watching. We move on to Aladdin. This was a Disney movie that my mom made us watch, and I thought it was really good. It has a compelling plot, a compelling romance, a very great performance by Robin Williams as a genie. I really like the villain in this movie, and Jafar. I thought it was just a very entertaining and compelling Disney movie, and it's one of my favorites. I picked that one up on Blu Ray. We got Aliens. I've never seen a single Alien movie, but I do need to watch them because of Alien Romulus coming next month. I did start to... Again, I apologize. It's been a long day. I did start to watch Alien a long time ago, and I got bored in 15 minutes, so I never finished it. But it's a franchise I need to watch, and I'm very excited more for Aliens because I've heard it's like the T2 of this franchise. I don't like the original Terminator, but T2 is one of my favorite movies, so I'm excited to check out this one the most in this franchise. Ambulance, it's exhausting. Like, if I watched it right now, I'd be asleep within half an hour of the movie, but it's entertaining. It's got a great cast, and Jake Gyllenhaal, obviously one of my favorites. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, great as well. They got great chemistry. There's great action sequences. It's a very entertaining movie, but it's Michael Bay, so it's got all the Michael Bay-isms, and the Michael Bay-isms are exhausting. And I get exhausted every time I watch this movie. It's this. Nonstop Bayhem. That's exactly what the movie is, and that's exactly why that's exactly why I don't think it's great, but I do think it's solid. American Assassin on Steelbook. Oh, dang. Started choking there for a minute. American Assassin on Steelbook. I went on a mission trip a couple years ago. We had to go to Walmart, and this was when my Walmarts didn't sell Steelbooks because they, like, Best Buy still did, and apparently they don't now. So I had to buy any Steelbook I could when I got, and this was one of them. Never seen the movie, but I'm interested in it because it has Dylan O'Brien, Michael Keaton, two of my favorite actors, and it looks like it could be a compelling movie. And I don't mind the Steelbook. I don't think it's great or anything, but I think it is kind of a neat looking Steelbook. And then last one until I pick up another pile, Antlers. Actually, no. Right by American Assassin would be American Psycho, which I let my friend borrow. Obviously don't have it. One of the coolest Steelbooks I have. I really like that Steelbook. And because it's got like the mask and then you lift over the slipcover and it's just his face. I think it's very cool. Never seen the movie. My mom bought it for me and I'm very curious to check it out. I've just never checked it out. Anyways, Antlers. I'm a horror fan. I love horror movies. This was one that I heard was mid, and I love horror movies, so I'm eager to check it out. Never had a chance to check it out, never had a reason to, but I have it here because obviously I love horror movies, and I will have to check this movie out one of these days. Alright. I'm doing this wrong. Like, I have to take them, and then I have to stack them in a different way so they'll stay in alphabetical order. Alright, I'll grab the next. Hey, okay, screw you. I'm putting those there. Oh my gosh, this does not like me whatsoever. Ah, I'm almost dropping them all. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh! I just dropped like a huge pile of CDs that I had stacked up on my floor for some stupid reason. This is the rest of the A's, and I'm going to sit like this for a minute because it makes me comfortable. So this is the rest of the A's and heading into the B's. Ba-ba-bum. Alright, Ant-Man. Love this movie. This is one of my favorite MCU movies because I absolutely adore Paul Rudd. I think it's a great story inside of the MCU to where early MCU stages we're able to just have these random movies like this one, which is a heist movie inside the... It's endlessly entertaining. I watch it at least 2 times a year. I really do enjoy this movie, and I am currently rewatching the entire... Am I back? Why did I just disconnect? Hey, viewer, if you're here, say something. Please. So I know that I didn't just disconnect. That was pretty weird. I just had to open this one, too. I actually don't know why I didn't open this. I normally open my steelbooks to see what's inside. I'm not going to go through all that. Anyways, Army of Darkness steelbook. Had to watch all these last year for Evil Dead Rise. Army of Darkness is okay. This is a freaking cool steelbook. Look at this. Look at this. Like, you can't look at that and tell me that's not cool. The back of it, all the armies, all the stuff. I think it's very cool. I thought the movie itself was fine. It was not as hyped up as people told me it is. But I think Army of Darkness is pretty solid. And it's like 3 or 4 on my ranking. No, I think it's 4 out of 5. I don't quite know. Solid enough. Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde. I had to do a David Leitch ranking after The Fall Guy came out, and I watched this one. The first hour of it I thought was kind of mixed, but when we get to the final hour, we get some fantastic action sequences, like the one at the top of the stairs. I'm disconnected. Now I'm connected. So what if I just turn my phone's Wi-Fi off? Well, we're live now. Well, that was weird. Anyways, last hour, thrilling. Really, really liked it. One of my favorite David Leitch movies. First hour, kind of mixed. A Quiet Place Part 2 steelbook. One of my favorite steelbooks. Look at this. Look at this. Look how cool this steelbook is. And then you get the back of it. Oh my gosh, this is such a cool steelbook. I really do think this movie's fine. It's not, like, great or anything. It's my second favorite movie in the franchise. A Quiet Place movies always have 1 or 2 issues with it that really hold it back from being great. This one's is that the first hour of the movie, or more likely the first 40 minutes of the movie, is just a lot of walking around, and because you can't have dialogue, it's not as entertaining. But when we get to the back half of the film with all the creature, scary stuff, I think it's great. When we get to the island, it's intense. It's fantastic. And so I think it has some of the best of this franchise has. But I also think it has a couple weak things in here as well. It's one of my favorite steelbooks. Actually, when I was, right when it came out, I think 2021, for Christmas, I asked we do like this weird pull your hand into a bag, pull out a name, something. And I know either my grandma or my aunt in that family, they got my name. And so I said, give me this, because they live by Best Buy. I knew I'd get it. And so they got me this. So I do really like... I don't think the movie's fantastic, but I think it's solid. All right, then we get The Avengers. Avengers Age of Ultron, and Avengers Endgame. And for some weird reason, I don't have my favorite movie in the MCU, which is Avengers Infinity War. And funny story with this, I was a dumb kid. I used to only love MCU movies. So I actually took the DVD of this I had, I cut it out into the shape of a Blu-ray, and I switched cases with a Blu-ray. This is 42 The Jackie Robinson Story. That's what this movie is. That's what the case this one is. And I put the Avengers one over it. I am ashamed. I am flat out ashamed to do that. And it just makes me sad that I was such a stupid little kid. Anyways, I recently rewatched The Avengers. I think it's a great cast, great action sequences. They all have fantastic chemistry with each other. It's literally my childhood. I just remember watching this one on loop over and over again. Literally for the longest time. Every time I went on a car ride, I just watched this movie. And so I love this movie. It's one of my favorites, and I recently rewatched it. And then we got Age of Ultron. It's got a little too much happening. Its pacing is a little odd, but I still think it's very solid. It's one that I'm very excited to rewatch because it's one that I need to really rewatch. This is a real Blu-ray, by the way. So I do really like Age of Ultron. I think it's underrated. I just don't think it's as great as the rest of the movies. It's easily the weakest Avengers movie. And then we got Endgame. The ending to a phenomenal generation of movies that literally defined who I was as a child, defined my entire childhood, and this movie was so special because I remember that my mother and father went to the theater to see it. 2019, it's 2024, I'm 18, so I would have been 13 when this movie came out. My mother and father went to the theater without me. My brother went to my best friend's house and watched it. They all said it sucked. And you know what? I had to wait till my mother's birthday and watch it in the car for my first viewing. Can't imagine a worse way to have a first viewing of this incredible movie. But I adore it. I adore this movie. I adored it in the car ride. I adore it now. I think Avengers Endgame is a generational movie. It's 3 hours long. It's not as rewatchable as the rest of them, but man, it is a phenomenal movie, as all of our viewers have left the chat. Gotta wait for more people to join back while we continue along here. Baby Driver. This is an Edgar Wright movie. I want to watch all of Edgar Wright's movies. The one I'm very excited to watch because I've heard great things about it. It's one that I'm really interested in. I've not had a chance to check out Baby Driver quite yet, so I do want to watch it. Edgar Wright is a director I do want to see. You know, the one movie of his I thought was quite overrated, which was I got it here somewhere. What's it called? It's Sean. Where's my S? Do I have it in here somewhere? Scott Pilgrim. It's not Shaun of the Dead. I haven't seen that either. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it's Scott Pilgrim. The Bad Guys. This is a movie that I recently rewatched at my best friend's house because they have a bunch of little kids and they were watching this movie. So I kind of watched it in the background. That's exactly what the movie's fine for, a background movie. I think it's entertaining. It's got a great cast here. It's got a romance that's cool. It's got a plot that's cool. But it's just like a movie that the first time I watched it, I thought it was fun, but a little forgettable. And it's just kind of like the perfect background movie to watch. I do enjoy watching it, but again, it's fun but forgettable. We got a bunch of Batman movies here. Let's start with The Long Halloween Part 1 and 2. Some of the most mid-animated movies I've ever seen. I adore this comic book. I borrowed it from the library, and I read it 3 times. I adored it. I loved it. Like, I genuinely loved the comic book. I was so excited to see these, and I just thought they were mid. Like, they tell the story compelling, but there's so many animated Batman movies that are just the same thing. Like, a bunch of Batman villains get together to try to stop Batman once and for all. And that's kind of what it was. I think Part 2 is just a little bit better than Part 1, but I still think the movies are kind of mid and kind of disappointing considering how much I adored the comic book series of the Batman The Long Halloween. Batman Returns. I don't have the original Batman 89. I've never seen these older movies, but when the Batman Part 2 comes out in a couple years, or maybe even before that, I'm going to watch all the Batman movies. This is one I'm excited to watch because I love Danny DeVito. He is the Penguin in this movie. So, Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton. This is a Batman movie that I'm interested in watching. And then we got the Batman Steelbook. When my Walmart first started selling official Steelbooks forever, I got this one. This was the first one I had. I think it's a cool Steelbook. I wanted to rewatch it so bad. I have not gotten the chance yet, though. So I have not gotten to rewatch the Batman yet, no matter how much I want to. So, unfortunately, I haven't rewatched it. I thought the movie was good. I thought it had some flaws in the theater, though, but I think that overall the vibe, the feeling of Gotham City was pretty fantastic. So there were plenty of things I loved about this movie. But there was also like a couple pacing issues in there as well. All right, we did the A's. We have a lot more of the B's. We finished my first row. Tell you what, I'm going to do this stupid thing, and I'll put them all back, and then I'm going to go grab my drink. And while I'm there, my two viewers shoot me some questions, and I'll answer a couple quick questions. Let me put these back. See, this just sucks because, like, I have this whole area down here with stuff on the floor that I just can't fit into. You know, like it's hard to reach it. I literally have to stretch so long just to reach it up there. By the way, I forgot one. I had it over there. I didn't even know I had this. I had this stacked up in my studio, and I didn't even know I had this movie. Black Panther. I had this one. It's part of the B's. It was a couple movies before. Anyways, Black Panther, one of my favorite MCU movies, one that I revisit quite often. I think Killmonger is a fantastic villain, one of the best in the franchise. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Has some great action sequences, really entertaining. Has a great theme in here as well. Black Panther, one of my favorite MCU movies personally. And now, you guys shoot in your questions. I'm gonna go grab my Sherry Propel. Propel is goated. If you got any questions, movie related, let me know. I just realized on the walk there that I just did BAs instead of BLs. And so BL is Black Panther a part of, and kind of messed that up. So we already did Black Panther, but that's part of it. So I lied. This is Berry Propel, not Cherry. Just drop the lid. Any questions? We'll give it another minute. Another minute before we continue on. I don't really want to be on stream for too long because I have a movie I want to watch and I'm exhausted and I want to go to bed before midnight. So, not going to be on here for too long, maybe about 2 hours. So, kind of just want to talk about a lot of movies. But I also want to answer a lot of your questions. If you got any questions for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No! Stay. Okay, we're good. We got 0 viewers, so I'm going to continue. It's been a minute. It's been 1 minute. Okay. We just did the BAs. We got another BA movie. Battleship. I hate this movie. I'm going to cut to the point. I hate this movie. My dad watches this movie twice a year, and I can't stand it. It's literally just one of those movies that it's generic. We've seen it 1,000 times before. It's got classic rock music as our character arcs here. It's just not entertaining whatsoever, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of this movie whatsoever, and every time he watches, I'm just like, dude, you're watching this movie again? Really? I don't like it. I really don't. I genuinely can't stand it. Blue Beetle! And I think this is the Target exclusive 100 Warner Brothers anniversary thing. Comes with this thing, apparently. What is this thing, bro? Is this like a comic or something? I'll look at it later. I love Blue Beetle. I adored this movie out of the theater. It's rare that me and my brother will both watch a movie and he won't be like, yeah, it's okay. And I'll be like, that was great. or that he'll be like, that was great, and I'll be like, it's mid to bad or whatever. But it's rare we do that. And we both came out of this movie thinking that this was one of the best comic book movies we've seen in a long time. We both loved this movie. I adored this movie so much. I think the family aspect was great. And while the first couple, at least the first 40 minutes, I wish we saw more Blue Beetle, I do think by the end that we got, there's some great Blue Beetle action sequences. Fantastic casting here. And the movie's able to just make us care for every character. Even just like that guy right there, the big robot. I have the big robot action figure right there. I'm not going to lean over to see it. But even like him, it makes us care for his character as he was just a guy in a war that, like, is just being taken advantage of by this woman. And I thought it was very compelling, the entire movie. And I really do love this movie, and it's one of my favorites. So Blue Beetle, needed to pick that up as soon as I could. Then we move on to, let me fix that before it all starts falling apart. Move on to Beast. I thought the movie was okay. I love creature features. I love movies where people get chased by animals, and it entertained when it was like that. But there was also just like too much story and too much family stuff, as I was like, nah, I just want to see the lion go absolutely crazy. So I think the movie was good, but it's more mid than anything else. So I think it's a fine movie. Never seen this one, Big Trouble in Little China, but look how cool this is. Look how very, very cool that this Blu-ray cover is. I do like it. I also like on the back, I like this even more, how it's just like the color scheme on what the back looks like. I've never seen this movie though, so I purchased it. I have to watch it eventually. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I saw Excellent Adventure with my mom a long time ago, and I had a pretty fun time with it. I thought it was a blast. Never seen Bogus Journey. I actually watched maybe about 30 to 40 minutes of the movie, and I thought it was pretty awful when Bill and Ted's... What was the third one called? I don't know. I don't really care. But when the third Bill and Ted movie came out, I didn't like the second one. But I think the first one's fine. I think these movies are just entertaining movies. I haven't seen them in so long. I just really don't like that second one. I think the first one's just fun. Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. It's a long title. I think it's a good movie. I think that there's some problems here that it tries to go, hey, we're women, so we can do anything men can. I hate it when movies do that. I also take back what I said about Ewan McGregor being a great villain. I thought he was too goofy in here. But I do like the cast here. They had great chemistry with one another. There were some great action sequences in here. Some very colorful vibes that I thought was pretty fun. It's still a fun movie that I think is pretty good. It just is a very flawed movie inside the DCEU. But a very good but very flawed movie in the DCEU. It's a win for me. The Blackening, a very fun movie in the reminiscent of Scream and stuff like that. But it's where they all play a board game where the blackest will survive or die. Let me read the back here. What? I think they're trying to prove who's the blackest. So it's a fun. What's that say? Okay. It's fun. I like the cast here. There's some solid jokes here. The cast, like I mentioned, pretty solid. It has a nice, fun murder mystery movie. Does run a little bit too long at some points, but it's a horror comedy movie that made me laugh. It's entertaining, but it's just good. It's like a movie that I don't think I'd ever watch it again, but it's just a fun horror comedy movie, so that's why I picked it up so I could watch it. I don't see myself ever watching it again. Blade Runner 2049, one of Denis Villeneuve's most overrated movies. I felt like it felt like the first movie in a trilogy of things. It kind of just ended up abruptly. Does that mean the movie's bad? No, I think the cast is great. The visuals are fantastic. I'm going to open it real quick. I got this movie for Easter because I was asking my mom for it because I had to watch it for a Denis Villeneuve ranking. And then I watched it on Hulu. And then a couple weeks later, I got the Blu-ray. So maybe once I watch the first one, I'll rewatch this one. I'll check it out. I thought it was good. It's a good movie. Just because I say it's overrated just means I don't think it's a full-on masterpiece. So the cast is great. Visual effects are great. There's some great action sequences. I just didn't connect with it like a lot of people did. Blinded by the Light, a movie that I picked up because I wanted to see. Never got around to seeing it, though. It looks like a movie that could either bore me by how good the characters are or wow me away by how good the characters are. So I will have to check it out eventually. It's once he heard the music of Bruce Springsteen, nothing can stop him. So I'm sure it could be an emotional movie, or it could just be, and I just threw it, or it could just be a disaster. I'll have to check it out one of these days. I have this, it's a double feature, but it's The Blind Side and Dolphin Tale. Never seen either. Heard The Blind Side's great. Heard Dolphin Tale's good. I'm not really interested in seeing either. I just think my mom got this one for like really cheap, so she bought it because it's 2 movies. I am interested in seeing The Blind Side a little more than I am Dolphin Tale. I will watch The Blind Side one of these days, and because I'm a sports fan, I probably will love it. But it's a movie that, you got to be in the mood to watch, or else you're just going to be kind of bored. So, haven't been in the mood for one of those movies in a long time. And then we got the last one in this stack, The Blues Brothers Steelbook. I like this. I really like this. I think this is cool. So, The Blues Brothers Steelbook. Never watched the movie yet, but my mom picked the movie up because she knows I love steelbooks, and she likes this movie. So, she bought me it for Christmas. Never watched it again, but it's a cool steelbook. I will have to watch it one of these days. Let me check the battery on my phone. Holy crap. We went from 60 to 39, and we're only on the Bs. Holy smokes, Batman. Holy smokes. Okay. We gotta kind of, let's try to get at least halfway through my Blu-rays. We might have to pick this up tomorrow, like do half of the Blu-ray collection. But anyways, I have 3 viewers right now. Again, if you guys have any questions, shoot them in. I will answer them. I haven't gotten anything in the live chat since we just started, so I really want to answer some questions. If you guys got any, just ask them. I'm pretty chill. Let me grab the next stack here. Oh! I don't know if, you guys are asking questions and I'm just not getting them because it's not connecting, or if you guys just don't have anything to ask. And someone say one thing in the live chat. One thing. Just like one letter, so I know that I'm connected and people are actually watching. Because if I'm not, that's going to be kind of weird. Hey, it's going to be 6 degrees cooler than today was. You're doing really well. Okay. Thank you, Lag Vulcan. All right. Now I know that I am actually live because it kept disconnecting on my end, and I didn't know if it was going through or if I've been talking to nobody for the past, I'd say, almost an hour. Either 40 minutes or an hour. So any questions anybody's got for me about movies or anything like that, I will answer. But I'm going to start digging into this next pile. I'm a little nervous to get in the bottom of these because, it's going to make a mess. I might just take you with me. I'm not going to take all those down because then it's just going to be a pain, bro. And I don't want to deal with that right now. It took me 6 days to completely alphabetize my movies and fix it all up. Anyways, let me finish opening this one. All right. The Boondock Saints. Never seen it. It's another one of the movies that my mom told me to pick it up. I think it's a crime thriller, and I like crime drama, crime action movie, crime thriller, whatever. I like movies like this. I will have to check it out, but haven't had a reason to check it out. But it's one that if I'm just get bored and I want to watch a random movie in my Blu-ray collection, this is one that I is first. Another movie that my mom told me to pick up. Let me try to open it too. Let me show you first. Boo Medea Halloween. She said it's funny. One of my biggest pet peeves is I'm not really a comedy person. I don't really like Medea. So I'm not sure if I'll like the movie. That's why I never opened it, never watched it. So it's just not a movie that I'm ever in the mood to. But I think my mom wanted me to buy it because I think we might watch it around this Halloween time. Or at least I might watch it around this Halloween time. But there it is. We got the Bourne Complete Collection, the Jason Bourne movies. I saw the first one. I thought it was solid. Never watched the other ones. I bought this movie because it was on sale for Black Friday on Amazon, and I need to check them all out. It's, again, I love spy movies, so like when I'm bored, when I want to watch a random franchise that I don't need to watch for a video, I will probably watch Jason Bourne movies because I thought the first movie was fine. I didn't think it was anything really special, but again, that was so many years ago, and so it's another collection I will have to watch. And now I have all 5 of the movies. What's this? Brothers, I saw clips on YouTube, and I saw this at V-Stock, and I'm like, I will have to pick this up. When I'm in a mood for a depressing movie, I will just have to turn this on, because basically, it's this guy goes to war, and his wife, like, he's convinced that his wife is doing another guy, I think, at least in this clip, and the daughter just, like, kind of buys into it, because she's young and actually kind of stupid. So, it's a movie that I heard is very depressing, with great performances by Maguire, Gyllenhaal, Portman. It's a movie I'm interested in seeing, but I have to be in, like, a really freaking depressed mood to watch this movie. Bullet Train, another David Leitch movie. I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good movie. But the best thing about this movie is that it's smart. It works as a smart action movie to where it has so many twists in the ends, and I think all of them make sense. I think the cast here is phenomenal. It's genuinely funny. There's some very good twists here, like I mentioned. So it's a movie that first time I watched it, I thought it was mid. Second time I watched it, I thought it was good to pretty great. I really do enjoy this movie. It's one of my favorite David Leitch movies. I like David Leitch. I like David Leitch. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I recently rewatched this movie. One of my hot takes before was that I never liked this movie. Recently rewatching it made me think otherwise. I think Captain America: The Winter Soldier is a very good movie. It's basically all of Captain America's movies are team-up movies, pretty much, because he's teaming up with Black Widows and Nick Fury in here. But it's a compelling spy thriller. You haven't seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Vulcan? You have, like, you're talking about this movie? Dude, watch it. It is great. And it's got some just great spy action. Great cast, obviously, as in all MCU movies. And so it's just a thrilling movie. I really, really did enjoy on rewatch. This is one that people hate, and I actually really enjoy. Captain Marvel. I saw it in the theater. I did not like it. And then, when Disney Plus first came out, my mother... Oh, Bullet Train. Can you say hi, Linda? Hi, Linda. I don't know why you're asking me to say hi, Linda, but... Hi, Linda! Winter Soldier is amazing. I agree, Vulcan. Oh my gosh, hi. Hi! How's it going? Okay, anyways, yeah, Captain Marvel. We're on to Captain Marvel. Can't get too sidetracked here. Holy crap, I go from 39 to 31 in just a second. Anyways, Captain Marvel. A lot of people dislike this movie, but when Disney Plus was first a thing, my mom just watched it on repeat, and I learned to really love this movie. I think that the more it goes along, the more entertaining it gets. Has one of the best third acts in any MCU movie, and I'm not kidding. I really do enjoy Captain Marvel, and I had to buy it on Blu Ray. Recently rewatched it, still thought it was pretty great. Central Intelligence. It's a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Hart movie. What more do you expect? I have not seen it, but I'm pretty sure if I do see it, it's exactly what I'll expect from a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart movie. And my brother's seen it, I think, and he said it's pretty good. Chappie. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to watch all Neil Blomkamp's movies. The one Neil Blomkamp movie I've seen, I loved, so I need to watch all these movies. And Chappie is one that I never really had any interest in, but because I know Neil Blomkamp is such a great director, I'm pretty interested in watching this. And once I watch Chappie, District 9, and what's the other one? What is the other one? I guess we'll find that later on, either today or tomorrow, because I know for a fact we'll have to stop at the halfway point here. So anyways, Chappie, need to watch it, haven't yet. And then we got Chud. Ask me what this movie is. I have no idea, but I got it at Planet Overstock. It was originally $32. I got this for $16. So obviously I had to buy it, and it's a horror movie. eventually one of these days I'll just be at home bored and I'll watch it. But no idea what Shud is. All right, let me stack all these. And then I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put these back. And I'm going to take you with me. Hey, how's it going? And then I'm going to show you kind of these here, because look at, I don't know if you could see that, but look at how that's stacked. Like, I don't like how that's stacked, because then I'm going to have to get them out, and then they're all going to be like, they're all going to fall, and I don't want that to happen. So, I think I'll just kind of take one out at a time. All right, so first up, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, it's very uncomfortable, and I don't want to do this. But first up, can you see that? Clash of the Titans Steelbook. Never seen that movie. Like I mentioned earlier, 300, that genre is not really my thing, so I'm not super interested in that movie. We got Clue the movie. I'm going to try to bend over, but like the way I stack these is very odd. We got Clue the movie. I adore Clue the movie. I watched it with my family. I thought it was very fun. I love murder mystery movies, and live movie Clue, and it was phenomenal. So not only, but it's just a really great movie, and I really did enjoy Clue the movie. Then we got the lead from a director that he teams up with often. Liam Neeson just does these dumb action movies, and it's one of those. So when I watch it, eventually I'll probably enjoy it. So the movie on that list, I don't know. I'm getting kind of paranoid. Like, I keep hearing a noise. 8:30. And I just don't like this feeling, and I'm getting a little paranoid. So I'm rambling. Anyways, haven't seen The Commuter. We got The Covenant. This is a movie that I do really want to see, because I do really like Guy Ritchie. I've heard this movie is a great movie that he's directed. I've heard that Jake Gyllenhaal is great in this movie. It's a movie that I really want to see. Haven't gotten around to see. Guy Ritchie is a director that I do want to watch them all. I was going to watch them all for Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Then I watched Then I watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and I wasn't a fan. I just didn't like it. So, come with me, guys. Come with me. Did I really just do that, bro? Did I really just walk over to my closet and open my closet and showed you guys the inside of my closet, because I'm paranoid because my poster keeps hitting my wall? I'm ridiculous. I am ridiculous. Anywho, so yeah, The Covenant. I saw The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Didn't like it, so I didn't watch the rest of Guy Ritchie's movies. Then we got Crawl. This is a alligator movie that, like I mentioned, I love creature features. This one's one of the great ones. I am very claustrophobic, so being a movie where you're getting chased by alligators in this claustrophobic setting is great. I really loved this movie. I just realized that I left my gate open. But no one's in my house. I got German Shepherds. Bro, why I'm thinking this? Because I recently saw Longlegs, and that movie got in my freaking head, dude. Like, I kid you not. That movie is in my head because it terrified me so much. I'm not even kidding. I think that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. It is terrifying, and just, like, the way that they do things was unique. I'm not going to review Longlegs right now, but, like, I keep thinking about Nicolas Cage's performance, bro, and, like, it sends chills down my spine, and it literally makes me scared to be in the real world, because I know there's people that are actually like that. And that's what makes the movie so good. And, like, I know I'm not reviewing that movie right now. I know I'm just kind of giving a plug to Longlegs, but jeez, man. I loved Longlegs. I thought Longlegs was phenomenal. It was a fantastic movie. And, like, I'm going to move on. I have a review coming tomorrow. Wanted to get it out tonight, but it's late and I had to work and, whatever. Anyways, we're talking about Crawl, very claustrophobic. I love creature features, has some great creature feature action with the alligator, and it's just endlessly entertaining. I love this movie, and I highly recommend it to anyone who likes creature features and is claustrophobic, because it will scare you. Then we got Creed, the Rocky, the spinoff of Apollo Creed. I think Creed 1 is pretty good. I have Creed 2 on DVD. That's my favorite Creed movie. Creed 3 is fine. I don't have that one. I only have the first Creed, and I think it's good. I can't really remember a lot about it, if I'm being completely honest. Like, that one might just be the most forgettable movie in the Creed franchise, because like it just doesn't have the good stuff that Creed 2 had, or like the great stuff and then the like pretty bad stuff in Creed 3. So it's just kind of unmemorable. Then we got Creep Show, the Steelbook. I didn't know that was a movie. I thought that was a TV show until a couple days ago. But I got that one for Easter. My mom bought me a crap ton of Steelbooks for Easter, which is actually pretty crazy. So shout out to my mom. And that was one of them. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I own the Steelbook, and it's a pretty nice looking Steelbook. I just heard a noise. But I know it's my dog. Dude, I gotta stop being paranoid. I'm so paranoid, and I don't know why. And it's really delaying this Blu-ray collection. Let's move on. The Dark Knight Rises. Funny story. The Dark Knight's my favorite movie. I watched halfway through The Dark Knight Rises and turned it off because I thought it was bad. I never finished The Dark Knight Rises. Obviously, I did watch the made-for-TV version, and that's probably a reason. Then I never got around to watching like the actual version of the movie, so I will have to do that eventually. But for now, I thought the movie was just kind of odd and took the movie in just a very odd direction to go. After The Dark Knight was just fantastic. It was fantastic, and so I just wasn't a fan of The Dark Knight Rises. Plus, that also starts the D's of the Blu-ray collection. Get it? Get it? The D's? I am disgusting. I am absolutely embarrassed that I just did that. Let's continue talking, shall we? I told you I'd mentioned this one earlier in Dawn of the Dead, a Zack Snyder movie that I did want to watch, and I did watch before I quit watching all his movies. I thought it was solid, very reminiscent of things like The Walking Dead, but this movie came before that, so like The Walking Dead took a lot of inspiration from this movie. Has great characters because obviously James Gunn wrote the movie, Zack Snyder directed it, so it's the best of both worlds. Both things that these people do well is incorporated in this movie and just made a very, very, very good movie, zombie flick. And I love zombie flicks, so this one was very, very good, and I really did like it. Then we got Dazed and Confused. I don't know what that movie is, but I have it because it's another one of the movies that my mom told me to watch, and eventually I'll probably watch it with her someday, but as of now, I don't know what it is. Then we got Death Race. The first year I went to camp, I came back home. My brother made a scavenger hunt around the house with a bunch of movies he bought at a thrift store, and that was one of them. Aliens was one of them too. And so because he bought Death Race, and actually he was going to keep them, he told me later on, but he couldn't because he was like 12, and no, he was like 14, I was 16, just being allowed to watch rated R movies, and my mom didn't let him watch rated R movies, so she made him give them all to me, which is a pretty funny story. But anyways, Death Race, that has Jason Statham in it. I never seen it, and I'm kind of nervous too. It looks like one of those dumb direct-to-video movies, so I'm not sure what I'll think of that one when I eventually get to watching it. Then we got Deadpool and Deadpool 2. I watched both of them for the first time. I'm going to rewatch all the X-Men movies before Deadpool and Wolverine later this month. Deadpool 1, I thought was good. It had its flaws, however, in some aspects of the movie, and the pacing, and some of the stuff. Deadpool 2, I thought was great. I did like Deadpool 2 quite a bit, because it's just, what was I trying to say? Yeah, it's more of a blockbuster. It's more of a comic book movie. It has more of the strength. Excuse me. I just burped. It has more of the strengths that other comic book movies do, where Deadpool was kind of like a little experiment. It was pretty good, but it had its flaws. Deadpool 2 fixed a lot of the flaws that the first one had. We have Despicable Me 2. I don't know why I did 3. No, Despicable Me 2. Despicable Me 2 is one of my personal favorites of the franchise. I'd say the first one's better. I'm going to have a ranking coming in the next couple of days, and I think my brother's doing it, so we'll see how we combine our rankings on that one. But Despicable Me 2, I think, is a pretty great movie. It has a compelling villain, a very compelling romance between Gru and Lucy. I think it's some of the best stuff that this franchise has. It has some very good character stuff in this movie, and I really do enjoy it. And it's just one that I can rewatch more than I can rewatch the first movie. The first movie is very sad, and it's weird because normally we don't get like super sad animated movies, and that movie's really sad. But Despicable Me 2 has more of the rewatchability that the first Despicable Me movie does. I got a text message. Hold on. Sorry, folks. Just had to read that text message that I got. All right, Detective Pikachu. I'm taking a swig. I don't know how far we'll get on. I'll keep going until my phone's about on 5% because, like, I had my phone on 60. Normally it doesn't drain this much. And I should stream on something else, but my GoPro batteries drain really fast. And so I'd only be able to go like 1 hour live, and I don't have anything else. So until I get that, I'll have to keep streaming on my phone, and that means my phone can die. Anywho, Detective Pikachu, very fun movie. Love Ryan Reynolds. He's great in here as Detective Pikachu. Justice Smith, another great character as well in here. I'm not a big Pokemon fan, but the movie's able to bring in all the Pokemon, everything that a Pokemon fan, why did I say Pokemon? Everything that a Pokemon fan will like. And so it has all that while also telling a compelling mystery story with satisfying answers. I think it's a very fun Pokemon movie. Then we got The Devil's Rejects. I talked a little bit about the Rob Zombie trilogy earlier and said that the, like I mentioned, the first movie of that all, Three from Hell, is just, I haven't seen it yet. Rob Zombie's a very interesting director, so I haven't seen that trilogy, but I do want to check it out. And then I mentioned this earlier when I talked about Chappie, District 9. District 9, the most movie by Neil Blomkamp that I'm excited to see because I actually loved Gran Turismo was the movie that he directed last year, and I absolutely adored. And I've heard this movie is great and very unique as a sci-fi movie, and I just dropped my propel. Anywho, and it's just a movie that I really, 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 really want to see because I love sci-fi. I love newer sci-fi stuff, anything that can be unique and interesting. And everything I heard about that movie sounds unique and interesting. So I will really have to check that one out here very soon because it's one that I'm really excited to check out. Then we got the Divergent series. I've read part of the first book, wasn't a fan. I've never watched the movies, but I love the Hunger Games movies, and I've heard these are kind of just like a cheap ripoff of the movies, so I probably won't be a fan of the Divergent series if I watch the movies. Excuse me. I have the 3-movie collection though, because I bought it a long time ago. Wait, is there 4? I don't know if they split the last one into a 2-parter. Oh well. I haven't seen the movies and I'm not real interested in watching them. At least I'm not in the mood right now. We got Doolittle. This was a very mid movie from 2020, right before COVID hit. The first movie that Robert Downey Jr. did that wasn't in the MCU, and it turned out pretty mid. I liked some aspects of the movie. I thought some aspects of the movie worked. I liked the cast. It could be funny from time to time, but the story's just not compelling at all. Like, it's just not a compelling story. So Doolittle, I'm not really a big fan of, and I own it just because my mom bought it. I probably never watch it again. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Let me say something crazy. I'm gonna say something crazy here. Real quick, guys, shoot in some questions if you got any. I'm about to take a real quick break while I get the next section of my whole Blu-rays situated. But anyway, if you got any questions, I'll feel free to answer some questions. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. I'm gonna say something real crazy. I enjoy this movie. I think Isabella Merced is a great Dora. I think that the adventure is fun. It's not really a Dora movie. Kind of makes fun of Dora a little bit. and it's genuinely hilarious. This is one that I watched with my brother. At least I haven't seen it in a long time, but I used to watch it quite often because we both just thought it was a very funny and entertaining movie. And that's what Dora and the Lost City of Gold is. And I am unashamed to say that I think this movie is very fun. I enjoy Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Then we got Dumb and Dumber, a movie my brother really wants to see that I have not checked out yet. I love Jim Carrey again. I'll probably love the movie, but I'll probably have to watch it with him here in the next coming weeks. Like, I feel kind of like a jerk not for watching it with him. So I think I will watch it with my brother here in the next couple of weeks. So Dumb and Dumber, never seen it. And the last one, look at this. Look at this mug. Look at this. I just flashed you my feet. Hopefully none of you got fast fingers and screenshot my feet. If I find my feet on Feet Finder, I will be mad. Don't ask me why I'm scrolling on Feet Finder. Anyways, look at this mug. I just finished one entire section. 3 rows. We've been streaming for like an hour and a half. 3 rows. I will definitely have to split this one into parts. Because, Aw. Pete Alonso got eliminated. No. Anywho, I wanted to watch that, but I don't have ESPN, so I couldn't watch it. No. Hopefully I'll be able to watch the All-Star game tomorrow. Anywho, the Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2. Dune Part 1, overrated. Another overrated Denis Villeneuve movie. I think when it's exploring the world building, the movie's perfect. When we get onto like the action and everything that comes after that, it gets kind of mid. So the action's not as compelling. It definitely has some huge issues now and then in that movie. And so, good thing that the movie is just... It's really made better by Dune Part 2. Because I got Dune Part 2 on 4K. It's the first straight 4K movie I bought, by the way. I love Dune Part 2. Until I saw Longlegs, I think it's my favorite movie of the year. I think it might be better than Longlegs, but the way that Longlegs is lasting in my head and impacting me, I think Longlegs has to be my favorite movie of the year. Anywho, it tells a very compelling story, continues the awesome world building, while also having some great action sequences, a great villain in Fade Rotha, a beautiful world. I've seen it 6 times. If I'm just bored, I'll just put it in and I'll just watch it and then fall asleep. I'll fall asleep to this movie because it's literally a movie I love so much. And I got it on 4K and it looks great on 4K. I love it. All right, we got one more. We got another row. My phone is currently on 24%. I'm going to go walk around my house for a minute. I'm home by myself. I don't like being home this late by myself. Well, see, I got German Shepherds, bro. That's why I don't know why I'm scared. Thing in here? I keep hearing noises, bro. Somebody call the cops. Somebody get the cops in this mug. Somebody want to come hang out with me for a little bit? Oh, I don't know why I'm so creeped out. Dude, I literally have my pillow and my blanket on my couch in the shape of a man. I swear to God, that scared the crap out of me. Hey, Rufus. Oh, gotta hold it like this. Hey, Rufus. Hey, say hi. Is you a good boy? Rufus is a good boy, huh? That's my dog. I'm giving you a house tour. That's crazy. Gotta walk around before we continue on. Make sure nobody's gonna come stab me. Here's my other dog. Okay, the door's locked, so we're good. Hey. Hello. Hello. Aw. Hello. Hello. Can't believe I'm literally live streaming playing with my dog, bro. It's crazy. Hello. You're such a good girl. Come on. You want to come back to my room with me? Good girl. Hey, why don't you all just join the chat and tell me your addresses so I can come give my viewers a house tour of you guys, too. Here's my cat. This is my baby. Her name's Daphne. Here's my other cat. This one's Fred. Good kitty. I got another one named Velma. She's literally my baby. She like lays on all my stuff all the time. But bye bye, bye buddy. I feel so much safer knowing that my dogs are literally like right there. I don't know why I'm having a panic attack right now. Like, I'm not really having a panic attack. I'm just like nervous. And again, it's because like I saw one leg and it. I swear, if I keep connecting, I'm gonna throw this phone across the room. All right, any questions? Please ask me a question about anything, please. Normally, I have like a ton of questions already. Like, not a ton, but I have more than 0. Wait. I want D. Okay, so this is first. This stack right here is first. Okay. Oh, no, stay. 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 Alright, now I'm going to start showing you the movies because I don't want to like pull them out from the bottom of that section because I know it I know it'll be a disaster if I do that. First one up. Okay, I was like, did I really not open this? Expendables 1 through 4 Steelbook Collection. I'm gonna go real quick because it's free country. Alright, I got the Expendables 1 through 4 Steelbook Collection because actually my dad, we watched the 4th one. We saw the 4th one in the theater, and my dad actually got me this for my birthday, which is kind of rare that he'll genuinely pick out a gift. So, have this one. I like this because look how cool that looks. He's smoking a cigar, and then you do that. And then it's just a skull with a machine gun. I have not seen these movies, all of them, and I thought 4 was fine. I had fun with 4. So, I am interested in watching the rest of these movies, and I have them on 4K Steelbook. Fed Alvarez's Evil Dead. We got a new Fed Alvarez movie coming very... Actually, why am I doing it this way? I think I have this opposite, but I don't care. We got Evil Dead 1, 2, and... Evil Dead 2, and Evil Dead. I had Evil Army of Darkness, but once I got that Steelbook, I just gave it to my brother. Anyways, first Evil Dead, I think it's overrated. It's got some cool parts, but it's just not as good. Evil Dead 2 is a rehash of the first movie, but it just does everything that the first movie does much better, and I do enjoy this movie much better. And then, this one's directed by Fed Alvarez. I might recheck it out. I thought it was really good until the end. It started getting a little bit fan-fiction-y, but this one's genuinely terrifying. I was genuinely terrified by some of the stuff that Fed Alvarez did in this movie. So, the Evil Dead franchise, besides like Rise and a couple others, like 2 and this one, I think like a lot of these movies are overrated. I'm a big horror movie fan, and I just don't think like... Why is my phone shaking like this, bro? There we go. And I just don't think, that this franchise is as great as people hyped it up to be. Everything Everywhere All at Once, one of my favorite movies. This was 2022, yes. 2022. It's weird. It's wacky. It has everything under the sun, but it's an absolute blast, and I got it on Blu Ray. I remember, like, I did something for my mom. I wasn't expecting payment. She's like, here, because you did that for me, I bought you Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I watched it before I did my ranking, or maybe it was after my ranking. I don't remember. It was in the top. It was in the top somewhere, because this movie's weird, wacky, and just a metaphysical multiverse galaxy brain head trip. A.O. Scott from the New York Times says it best down there. I really did enjoy this movie. The Equalizer, a movie I did not very much enjoy, because it's like a movie that is so slow that it takes so long to get anywhere. I was really excited for the action set pieces, and the majority of the movie was just like Denzel Washington preparing for some action set pieces, and it took so long that I just got completely out of the movie until the very end. And I couldn't even be invested in the very end, where we actually got the Denzel Washington action set pieces. You know why? Because it took so long. It took so long to get going. And so, The Equalizer is not a movie I really enjoy. I did like 3, though. I thought Equalizer 3 was pretty entertaining. The Eternals, another movie that most people hate, I genuinely loved. I think this movie's great. I love the cast here. It's about a couple of character arcs that I don't think fully work, in my opinion. This movie's just pretty great with a great visual style, great action set pieces. It's one multiverse saga that I think is very underrated, and I'm like one of the rare. I'm like one of the rare 10 people on Earth that really do enjoy Eternals every time they watch them. And rounding out the Neil Blomkamp movies that I was talking about, we got Elysium. This was the other one. And I do want to watch District 9. I really want to watch Chappie. And I want to watch Elysium because, again, Neil Blomkamp, a director. Why does it say? No, it says produced by. I thought it said directed by 3 people. I'm like, that's odd. I didn't know that. But anyways, if Neil Blomkamp's all of his movies are as good as Gran Turismo, I will love every single one of his movies. This is the one I think I'm the least excited to watch, though. And we got Elvis. Never seen it, but I have seen clips. I've seen the trailer multiple times. Austin Butler kills it as Elvis. Austin Butler is, I think, one of the most talented actors in the game today. Between Dune Part 2, The Bike Riders, which I thought was kind of mid, his performance in there, and Elvis. He's a fantastic actor. I do want to see this movie. I just never got around to watching when it first came out, so I just never had a reason to watch it as of yet. But then we got Elektra. I picked this up because eventually I want to watch all the Marvel movies, and yeah, I have Elektra. I've never seen it, but it's a director's cut. I've heard it's terrible, and I will probably hate it when I get around to watching it. All right, I'm putting all the stack of movies back. Actually, no, I'm not. Screw that. Screw that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That was all the E's, by the way. We're on to F's. Okay, you fat stack. Fat stack. 902. It's 902. I did before 10 o'clock. But oh well. Oh well. I'm live streaming. Yeah, I am wearing pajamas, by the way. Didn't mention that. We got The Fabelmans, a movie in my top 20 of... Whoa! Holy smokes, Batman. The Fabelmans, a movie in my top 22 of 2022. I thought it was really good. It's inspired by Steven Spielberg's life. It tells the story of a filmmaker. It has tragedy, great performances all around the board by everyone. It's very emotional in the end of the movie. So my mom bought me this one for, I think, Easter the following year. I think it's great. I love the movie. And so I got it on Blu-ray. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier Steelbook. It's a Steelbook. And I had to pick it up because I actually love Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Fun fact, I saw the Brave New World trailer. Not a fan of it. Actually, in the next coming days, I'm going to upload a video talking about the Agatha All Along and Captain America Brave New World trailer on my second channel. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not a, I really love this show. A lot of people don't, but I genuinely really do enjoy this season of television. It's got a great villain. It's got great themes, and I think themes that work with, like, racism and stuff. I think that's some of the best stuff that the Captain America stuff can do, because I do really enjoy this. Also, the 2 leads are great. I don't know why people hate this show so much, because I think it's a great show, one of my favorite MCU ones. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So a long time ago, I used to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies with my dad, but then we just haven't watched the third one because we heard Dumbledore's gay and we just weren't interested in that. But Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. I don't really remember this movie, but I do remember watching it with my dad. I just don't remember what happened in the movie. I do remember the second one, though. I do remember liking the second one. As I mentioned, the third one. I own the third one. Got it on Black Friday. Never seen it. So I don't really have much to say. Eventually, one of these days, I will have to watch all the Wizarding World movies, because I haven't seen all of the Wizarding World movies. So that's when I will watch this one. But I'm worried that I just won't like it, because it kind of undermines everything if Dumbledore's gay, right? Why would that be the secret? It's kind of dumb. I don't like that at all. We got the Fast and Furious Steelbook. I love it. I love the look of the Steelbook. It's crazy because I saw it at Walmart for $30. My mom's like, no, you don't have enough money. I got it for $9.99 at VStock. And it's a really good looking Steelbook. I like this movie. I like old fashioned early 2000s, late 90s action movies, and this is kind of one of them. and I thought it was just a very fun movie. Not near as good as a franchise can get, but for a movie that's not like the crazy action stuff, I really enjoy the Fast and the Furious, and it's the 20th anniversary Steelbook. Then we have Fast X, a movie that a lot of people hated, and I genuinely enjoyed. I thought it was a return to form for the franchise after 8 and 9. Kind of disappointed me, especially 9. I think that we have this movie where we have all the characters. They're doing fun things. There's great action sequences. Fantastic performance by Jason Momoa right up here. And overall, I just think the movie's great. I think it's so many great action sequences, a nice return to form for the franchise, and as somebody that adores this franchise, having a return to form for the franchise really just inspires me. So, Fast X, one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies. We got The Fighter. I've had this one highly recommended to me for a long time. I haven't seen it. It's a movie that you have to be in a certain mood to watch. Why'd the live chat just disappear, bro? That's weird. The live chat just disappeared. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what's... Why did the live... No, I don't want to stop streaming. My phone's on 15. I don't know. This has been a weird stream, guys. But, anyways, I don't know. My phone keeps disconnecting. Now the live chat's gone. I'm going to keep doing this for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll pick up tomorrow with part 2 of my entire Blu-ray collection. Anyways, Fire, I've got this recommended to me. I'm kind of in the mood to watch a movie like this. You got to be in the mood, and I'm kind of in the mood, so I'll probably have to watch this one maybe very soon. But as of now, I haven't seen it. But it's got Mark Wahlberg, and that's Christian Bale, right? I don't know. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, Amy Adams, stack cast, so I will have to check out The Fighter. First Man. This is a movie directed by Damien Chazelle. I saw one Damien Chazelle movie. It was Whiplash. I adored it. I picked this one up. I haven't watched it yet, but I do need to watch the rest of his movies. Plus, it's got Ryan Gosling in it, an actor who I think is very great. So it's a movie that I have to check out eventually, especially because I love Damien Chazelle. Let me stack all these up, put them up, and I'll probably do this section and maybe one more, and we'll call it a night. If because I could have sworn I had enough battery to do it all, and I didn't think the stream would last very long. I didn't think I'd talk for this long, and about each movie. But I mean, to each its own. We'll just pick it up tomorrow. It's okay. Someone say something in the live chat. Maybe it'll appear again. It's being very weird. All right, last stack, and then we'll call it a night. It's a big one too. We got The Flash, another movie that a lot of people hate. Hold on, my pants are falling down. I had to fix those. A movie that a lot of people hate, and I get it. The CGI is bad. CGI is awful, but it tells a compelling story about a guy that's going back in time to try to save his mom. And that can be a very compelling story. It gets really emotional in the end. Great performances. Yeah, the CGI is awful. The action sequences don't look too good, and the ending twist can be a bit much. But I felt like The Flash. I love this movie. I really love this movie. And I hate that people don't love it because it's just a movie with a very compelling story. We got The Foreigner with Jackie Chan. I bought it because I like action movies. I'll be put in a mood to watch action movies, especially this one, Jackie Chan. It's got to have some good action sequences, right? Haven't seen it yet, but when I'm in a mood to watch it, I'll have to check it out. The Forest. This is a horror movie that my friend recommended it to me a long time ago, and I watched part of it, and then I kind of turned it off. I don't remember why, but I was watching with my grandma, so kind of turned it off. Never seen it. I didn't really like the first 15 minutes. It looks just like a movie that I'm not sure I will totally connect with. And then we got Friday the 13th Part 2, and then I also have Friday the 13th Remake around here after this one, but obviously my friend's borrowing it, so I don't have it in person. I don't like this franchise. I literally talked about it in my most unpopular opinions video, that I just do not like this franchise whatsoever. And so this movie, I think it's better because it's got Jason, but it's not better by much. It's still kind of a dull, obviously you know everything that's going to happen at every given moment scenes. So Friday the 13th Part 2, it's better than the first, but it's another lackluster addition in this franchise. Then our last F movie, we got Frozen, a classic movie. I grew up watching this movie. Do I have it in here? For some reason, I have it in here. I just don't have the DVD for some odd reason. Anywho, Frozen, yeah, I grew up watching this movie. It's got compelling characters, a compelling romance, and it's just it can be very emotional at times too. The only thing I don't really like is the soundtrack. There are like maybe one song I like, but I do think the soundtrack is highly overplayed. And so it's a Disney movie that really shines in the time that they had with Frozen, Big Hero 6, Moana. Never seen Frozen 2, but the first Frozen, I think it's a pretty good movie. I do really like it. Then we got Get Out, a Jordan Peele movie that is it's something. It's something. One part, like, just kind of an intense thriller, and then we get to the twist and what's actually going on about this guy brainwashing him to be his black slave. It's messed up. It's messed up, bro. It's one of the most messed up horror movies I've ever seen. Not mentally, but the fact that it's racist. And if it's made by anyone other than a black man, it'd be racist. And so, I love Jordan Peele's movies. Like, I think I'm gonna rewatch Nope tonight because I have a video of my best movies my best horror movies from the decade coming up after Longlegs, and so that'll be something I'll have to talk about. But anyways, Get Out, I thought it was really good. It's really messed up though. My phone is on 8%. We're gonna talk about the two Ghostbusters movies, and then we'll call it a night before it dies in the middle of the stream. Ghostbusters 2016, as a Ghostbusters movie, it's bad. It's really not good. I'm gonna keep checking the that because we gotta go. Ghostbusters 2016, as a Ghostbusters movie, it's not good, but as a Paul Feige comedy, it can be pretty funny. It has some funny moments with a good cast here, and so I think Ghostbusters 2016, it's solid, but as a Ghostbusters movie, it's not good. Yeah, we're still at 7%. All right, we're gonna talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife from Call of Night. Ghostbusters Afterlife is my favorite movie in the franchise. I think it combines the charmingness of the original movie with like just a more modern take on it, where it's a coming of age story about these kids and their grandpa, but it can be like really emotional. And Egon Spengler, obviously he's dead, so we have that whole emotional sequence in the end. The movie can be very emotional, just a fun story. So this is the Ghostbusters movie that is my favorite out of them all. We're gonna stop here at the G's right here because my phone is on 6%. It is about to die. I gotta go plug it in. We will take this up tomorrow night, starting with Ghost in the Shell, and we'll try to get through the rest of my Blu-ray collection. Thank you guys for clicking on this live stream. With that said, peace out.